In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a garter tab cast on and explain a little bit of the principles of how that works. So in this case, I've got a little neckerchief here, which I've used a garter tab cast on to create, and you can sort of see the principle happening right here. So this right here is that tab that we're going to create, and this sort of cast on is used quite often for things like shawls and little neckerchiefs of this sort, to create sort of a smooth cast on so that you can then grow your work out from there, and depending on where the increases are placed shapes the shawl or neckerchief that you then create. So all you're going to need to create this cast on is, of course, your needles and your yarn. And your pattern is usually going to ask you to cast on only a very small number of stitches. In my case, I'm only going to cast on 3, as you see there. And then to create the tab, the next step is going to be something like knit for X rows. In my case, I'm going to knit 6 rows. Some patterns will tell you a different number, but generally an even number of rows. So here you see I've knit my garter tab, I've knit my 6 rows, and then what it may ask you to do is to knit 1 row and then pick up the garter tab stitches here. So at the end of each little bump, you'll see, you can pick up inside that stitch to create a new stitch. So I have the 3 stitches on my needle. I'm then going to pick up 1 in each garter ridge, which is going to give me 3 more. So I'll have these 6 stitches, and then it'll ask you to pick up from the cast on edge. Now sometimes people will do a provisional cast on so that their pickup is smoother, which is nice, but if you don't care for provisional cast on, you can also just pick up right into the cast on edge, like so. So then of course that means there's the 3 I had on my needle, there's the 3 that I picked up along the edge, and there's the 3 that I picked up from the cast on edge. So this is going to look pretty tight and pretty snug, but moving forward your shawl pattern will then ask you to put markers in certain places and increase in certain places, which will give you different shapes. But that is essentially how you do a garter tab cast on, and I'll show you compared to a finished piece. So there's the garter tab in the finished piece with, as you see, like the radiating lines of increases coming out from it, and then there's how the garter tab cast on begins. Compare those two. Hope this helps you. Thanks.